What's up, metalheads? My name's Jamie. This is the Blades and EDC channel. Thank you guys so much for being here. If you're new, please consider subscribing. And if you enjoy this video, hit that like button for me. All right, guys, I got a really cool knife for you today. And first off, this knife was donated to the channel by my good friend Heidi, and this will be a future giveaway knife. It has been carried, though. I'm going to let you know that now. I've been carrying this off and on for the last few weeks. And I had to make sure I had my belt extra tight carrying this one because this one's got some weight to it. But it's got weight to it for a reason, right? This knife is designed for hard use. And I'll show you a couple things about it that let you know that for sure. I'm going to have to manually get the specs for you because there are no specs on mine. So we're just going to take them manually. First thing I want to start with is the weight, because I'm thinking 5.5 to 6 ounces. But this is a great buy. This knife is a fantastic buy. I mean, what you get for the money with this one, it's impressive. 6.4 ounces. So I was only an ounce off, or half an ounce off. 6.4 ounces. I'm going to say that blade stock, my guess is going to be 160 thousandths, maybe 170 thousandths. It's thick. It really is thick. 150 thousandths, so not as thick, excuse me, not as thick as I thought it was. All right, let's take some measurements now. Overall length, not counting the glass breaker, is 8.25 inches. Blade length, we're going to go up right there. To there is 3.5. Come back here, your cutting edge is actually probably closer to 3 3/4. So thickness, it's thick. Let's check the thickness of the handle also, because it's pretty thick. Handle thickness is going to be 0.69 inches, so almost 3/4 of an inch thick. You do have stainless steel liners, 14C 28N blade steel. It is on cage ceramic ball bearings, has a ceramic ball detent, thumb stud and flipper action. Deep carry pocket clip with a glass breaker built into the tip. G10 backspacer, G10 scales. These are like a Damascus, blue and black. I think this one sold out, but they have it all black, and then they have a red Damascus, just like this. Price on these is $45. 14C 28N, guys. I mean, this knife, I've kind of been going, trying to avoid D2, right? I've had some rust come up on D2, and I've just been trying to avoid D2. This knife is the perfect example of why all these companies should stop using D2. 14C 28N is a fantastic steel. It's hard to do wrong. It's just an excellent steel. And if Sanrenmu can sell this for $45, there's no reason that everyone else can't be doing the same. Action on this knife, it's fantastic. It really is. For a big knife, I can flick this thing out with ease. For a big, thick, heavy blade, the thumb stud action's fantastic. Flipper action's fantastic. You can light switch, which isn't as good. Push button is better. With this one, definitely better with a push button. The jimping does not give you a whole lot of traction there. I mean, honestly, it doesn't really do much of anything. It's not very sharp at all, so there is that. They did put a nice landing zone right here for your thumb to hit, which is very comfortable. Full grip right there, fully gripped up. See how much I got left sticking out with a medium-sized hand? So, big knife, guys. Do you have a little bit of recurve action going on here? But it's not too terribly bad, so it shouldn't be too hard to sharpen. I have not sharpened this knife. Still has an excellent edge on it. I haven't done a whole lot of cutting with it. I knew I was going to give it away, so I didn't want to mess it up too much. Pretty much everything you see on there at the moment is just fingerprints. Yeah, for the money. Oh, here's the really cool thing about this knife. See this little thing right here? Get closer. You see this right here? Push that forward. Liner will no longer go over, so it makes it more like a fixed blade. It is locked open right there, and very easy to pull it back, and it drops. With the weight of this blade, it's a guillotine. Not quite a guillotine, but I haven't lubed it either, so Probably would be with a little lube. Yeah. It's impressive. Sanrenmu could do this for $45. Let me show you a couple size comparisons here. One I gotta get real quick. I should have pulled this out beforehand. This is my favorite Sanrenmu knife that I own, that I've ever owned actually. Cannot remember the model number on this one. Little access lock for 20 bucks. It's 440C though. Oh, what's the model on this little guy? I've got a video on it. Just search Sanrenmu on my channel. You'll find it quite a bit bigger, obviously. All right, here's some more. Here's the Petrified Fish PF929 D2. $35 for this knife. $36, I think. Large knife, but you know, 14C, guys. 14C. Here's the Scallywag Tactical Mako. That one's 440C. So, trying to show you some bigger knives here. Here's the Ganzo, I can never remember, it's G704. Here's the Spyderco Tenacious. All right, let's pull out some. Those are all in the same kind of price range as this knife, close to it. Let's pull out some people will notice. Here's the Manix 2 by Spyderco. The Para 3 by Spyderco. So it makes the Para 3 look tiny. It really does. It's a big knife. You could chop a tree down with this knife. I'm pretty confident about that. Here's a Tempest Knives Pinion. Here's the Demco 80 20.5. Benchmade Bug Out. It's like double the thickness of a Bug Out. Height wise and thickness wise. It's a big knife. Man, it's a big knife. QSP Pingwon. What else can we do here real quick? Let's go ahead and do a Vist variant, PE2. Here's another bigger knife. If you're into bigger knives, you may have this one. Here's the Damn Designs Fenrir. Not much longer than the Fenrir, just a little bit, but quite a bit thicker. Quite a bit thicker. And that should give you guys a good idea on the size. This one surprised me. It really, really has surprised me. I don't like bigger knives like this personally. I don't do much with knives that would require me to need a knife that was this heavy duty, this thick of blade stock and this much weight and size. But if I did, I would feel perfectly comfortable carrying this because I love the fact that you can lock it open. It's just a really, really cool thing that you don't see very often. And with a smaller knife, I don't think you really need to worry about that too much. I don't think anyone's going to use a smaller knife for anything where they need to do that. With a large knife like this, you know, if you're going to say baton some wood or something like that, I think you could baton wood with this knife. I really do. That's how beefy this thing is. And the action for a big knife is really good. I will link this in the description below. ID, thank you very much for sending this in. And one of you guys will be winning this in the future. So you're going to win one heck of a knife with this one. And this one makes me want to just completely cut out D2. If they can do it for $45 with 14C, everybody else can. I'm going to stop buying D2. I don't want any more D2. I'm tired of D2. Time to move on from that. If we stop buying it, they will stop using it. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you on the next one.